The Galactic Council had always considered Earth a footnote in their records. A blue planet, mostly water, with a species that had barely managed to reach its own moon. Reports categorized humans as pre-galactic, technologically stunted, and ultimately harmless. This assessment would prove to be the greatest intelligence failure in the history of the unified galactic species. The official galactic classification for Earth read Sol 3. Inhabited by bipedal mammals with limited spacefaring capabilities. Technology level 2.3 on the Kardashev scale. Threat assessment negligible. Most species only referenced Earth when seeking examples of evolutionary backwaters or when bureaucrats needed to justify budget cuts to outer rim monitoring stations. Admiral K'zarr of the Draconian Empire reviewed the conquest schedule on his command ship, the Inevitable Dominance. The massive vessel hung in space like an obsidian dagger, its hull absorbing rather than reflecting starlight. Earth was next on their expansion list, a simple acquisition to add to their growing territories. The Draconians had already subjugated 17 systems in the past cycle alone, their empire swelling with each passing rotation. Time to arrival? K'zarr asked, his scaled fingers tapping impatiently on the arm of his command chair. The bridge of his flagship gleamed with technology centuries beyond what human science had achieved, or so he believed. 3 solar cycles. Admiral? His navigation officer replied, mandibles clicking as he spoke. Preliminary scans confirm what intelligence reported. Minimal orbital defenses, rudimentary spacecraft, and no detection of advanced weaponry. Most of their military might appears to be designed for fighting other humans, not repelling space-based threats. K'zarr's mouth twisted into what passed for a smile among his species, exposing rows of needle-like teeth. Hardly worth the fuel to get there. Prepare the standard surrender package. I expect this to be completed within a planetary rotation. Sir, his cultural liaison interjected, should we initiate first contact protocols? The species hasn't officially joined the galactic community. K'zarr waved a clawed hand, dismissively. Why waste the resources? Their primitive signals have been broadcasting into space for decades. They know there's life beyond their world. We'll follow Conquest Protocol Delta. Appear, demand surrender, accept. Standard procedure for pre-galactic species. As you command, Admiral. The liaison bowed, 4 eyes blinking in synchronization. The Draconian Empire had perfected the art of efficient conquest. Arrive with overwhelming force, demonstrate technological superiority, accept surrender, integrate useful resources, and move on. Earth would be their 32nd acquisition this galactic year, unremarkable in every way. Little did K'zarr know that deep beneath Earth's oceans, in the crushing darkness where no alien scan had thought to look closely, humanity had been preparing for this moment for centuries. The vast waters that covered 70% of the planet's surface weren't merely an evolutionary quirk. They were the perfect hiding place for a civilization that had learned early to fear the stars. In the deepest trench of the Pacific Ocean, Commander Eliza Winters watched the approaching Draconian fleet on monitors that shouldn't have existed according to official human technological records. She activated a secure communication channel that spanned the globe's underwater network. Hydra command to all stations, she spoke calmly into the comm system. Operation Poseidon's Veil is now active. They've taken the bait. Prepare all vessels, but maintain stealth protocols. Let them come to us. Across Earth's oceans, in hidden bases carved into continental shells and camouflaged beneath thermal vents, millions of humans acknowledged the order and began the careful process of preparing humanity's true face to meet the galaxy. The Draconian fleet emerged from the void, a menacing armada of sleek warships that blotted out the stars. As they entered Earth's orbit, their presence sent shockwaves through the planet's communication networks. News channels buzzed with reports of the alien ships, and panic began to ripple through the global population. In the United Nations headquarters, an emergency meeting was convened. Delegates from every corner of the globe gathered in the assembly hall, their faces a mix of fear and esteemed representatives. He began, his voice steady. We are facing an unprecedented challenge. The Draconian Empire has arrived, and they demand our immediate surrender. We must respond with unity and strength. Murmurs of dissent filled the room. Some delegates argued for immediate compliance, fearing the consequences of defiance. Others called for a show of force, insisting that humanity could not appear weak. Chen raised a hand, silencing the room. We cannot allow fear to dictate our actions. We must assess our options carefully. We have capabilities that they do not yet understand. As the debate raged on, K'zarr's fleet hovered above, their sensors scanning the planet below. The Admiral watched the unfolding events with a mixture of amusement and impatience. He had expected a more dramatic response from a species that had been so vocal in their broadcasts. Admiral, his tactical officer reported, the humans are gathering their leaders. They appear to be preparing for a response. Let them squabble, K'zarr replied, his voice dripping with disdain. They are merely delaying the inevitable. Prepare the transmission for their leaders. Let them know we expect their surrender within the hour. The communication officer activated the transmission, and K'zarr's voice boomed across the planet, a chilling proclamation that echoed through every device capable of receiving it. People of Earth, this is Admiral K'zarr of the Draconian Empire. You stand before a superior force. Surrender now, and you will be spared. Resist, and you will face annihilation. Back in the UN Assembly, the delegates exchanged glances, the weight of K'zarr's words settling heavily upon them. Secretary General Chen took a deep breath, his mind racing. He knew that the fate of humanity rested on their next move. Prepare a response, he ordered, his voice resolute. We will not surrender. We will show them that humanity is not as weak as they believe. As the delegates rallied behind him, a sense of purpose began to fill the room. They were not just representatives of their nations. They were the voice of a united humanity, ready to confront the unknown. Meanwhile, deep beneath the ocean, Commander Eliza Winters monitored the situation from Hydra Command. The Draconian fleet's arrogance was palpable, and she felt a surge of confidence. Operation Poseidon's Veil is in motion, she announced to her team. We will reveal ourselves when the time is right. Let them think they have the upper hand. They have no idea what awaits them beneath the waves. The atmosphere in the United Nations Assembly Hall was electric as the delegates prepared for the first official meeting with the Draconian Empire. Secretary General Chen stood at the forefront, flanked by representatives from the major world powers. The tension was palpable. They were about to face an alien force that had already declared their intent to conquer. As the doors to the hall opened, Admiral K'zarr strode in, flanked by his elite guard. The Draconian leader exuded an air of confidence, his scales glistening under the artificial lights. He surveyed the room with a predatory gaze, taking in the humans who dared to stand against him. Admiral K'zarr, Chen greeted, his voice steady despite the unease that gripped him. We appreciate your willingness to meet with us. K'zarr's lips curled into a smirk, revealing his sharp teeth. I expected a more impressive display from a species that has made such noise in the galaxy. You are but a collection of squabbling mammals. Chen held his ground, refusing to be intimidated. We are here to discuss your demands and the future of our planet. We will not surrender without understanding the consequences. The Admiral's eyes narrowed, his amusement fading. You misunderstand, human. This is not a negotiation. You will submit, or you will face the consequences of your defiance. The delegates exchanged anxious glances, but Chen remained resolute. We will not be cowed by threats. We have our own capabilities that you are unaware of. K'zarr's interest piqued, though he masked it with disdain. Capabilities? You mean your primitive technology? I have seen your ships. They are no match for the might of the Draconian Empire. Perhaps, Chen replied, a hint of a smile creeping onto his face. But we have resources and strategies that you cannot comprehend. We are not as defenseless as you believe. The Admiral leaned forward, intrigued. You speak boldly for a species on the brink of annihilation. Show me these capabilities, and perhaps I will reconsider my approach. Chen hesitated, weighing the risks of revealing humanity's hidden strengths. We need time to prepare. A demonstration would require coordination and secrecy. K'zarr's patience was wearing thin. You have one solar cycle to prove your worth. If you fail to impress me, I will take your planet by force. With that ultimatum hanging in the air, K'zarr turned on his heel and exited the hall, leaving the delegates in stunned silence. The weight of his words settled heavily upon them, and the reality of their situation began to sink in, as the doors closed behind the Admiral. Chen gathered the representatives. We must act quickly. We have one chance to show them that humanity is not to be underestimated. Meanwhile, back in Hydra Command, Commander Eliza Winters monitored the meeting's outcome with keen interest. She had anticipated K'zarr's arrogance, and now it was time to leverage it. Prepare for a demonstration, she instructed her team. We will reveal our hidden fleet and show them the true strength of humanity. They think they can intimidate us, but they have no idea what we are capable of. As the team sprang into action, Eliza felt a surge of determination. The time for hiding was over. Humanity would rise to meet the challenge, and the galaxy would witness their true power. The atmosphere in the United Nations Assembly Hall was thick with anticipation, as Secretary General Chen prepared to unveil humanity's hidden capabilities to Admiral K'zarr. The delegates had worked tirelessly to coordinate a demonstration that would not only impress the Draconian leader, but also send a clear message. Earth was not to be trifled with. As the appointed hour approached, Chen stood at the podium, flanked by military leaders and scientists. The room was filled with representatives from every nation, their eyes fixed on the large screen that dominated the front of the hall. Esteemed delegates and honored guests, Chen began, his voice steady. Today we stand on the precipice of a new era. We will show Admiral K'zarr and the Draconian Empire that humanity possesses capabilities far beyond what they have perceived. With a nod from Chen, the lights dimmed and the screen flickered to life. A holographic display materialized, showcasing a vast underwater landscape teeming with advanced technology. The delegates gasped as images of sleek submarines and massive underwater bases filled the room. This is Hydra Command, Chen explained, gesturing to the hologram, a network of facilities hidden beneath the ocean, designed to protect and enhance our species' survival. For decades, we have been preparing for the day when we would need to reveal our true strength. The hologram zoomed in on a massive submarine, its hull reinforced with advanced alloys and equipped with weaponry that rivaled the best in the galaxy. This vessel, the Leviathan, is capable of deep-sea operations and can launch strikes against any surface or aerial target. It is just one of many in our fleet. K'zarr's expression shifted from amusement to intrigue as he observed the display. Impressive, he admitted, though his tone remained condescending. But what good is a fleet hidden beneath the waves? You cannot conquer the stars from the depths of your oceans. Chen pressed on, undeterred. You underestimate the strategic advantage of our position. We have developed technologies that allow us to remain undetected while monitoring your movements. Our fleet is not just a show of force. It is a means of survival and a deterrent against threats like yours. As the hologram shifted to show simulations of the Leviathan engaging in combat, K'zarr leaned forward, his interest piqued. The simulations depicted the submarine launching torpedoes that struck targets with pinpoint accuracy, showcasing humanity's ingenuity in warfare. Your technology is commendable, K'zarr conceded, but can it withstand the might of the Draconian Empire? Our ships are equipped with shields that can absorb the most powerful of attacks. Chen smiled, sensing the shift in K'zarr's demeanor. Perhaps, but we have developed countermeasures specifically designed to neutralize advanced shielding. Our scientists have been working tirelessly to create weapons that can penetrate even the most formidable defenses. The Admiral's eyes narrowed, a flicker of doubt crossing his features. You claim to have weapons that can breach our shields? Show me. With a wave of his hand, Chen activated another holographic display, revealing a prototype weapon designed to disrupt energy fields. This is the Pulse Disruptor. It emits a frequency that can destabilize energy shields, rendering them ineffective for a brief period. We have tested it successfully in simulations. K'zarr's expression hardened, but he remained silent, absorbing the information. The room buzzed with excitement as the delegates realized that humanity was not as defenseless as they had been led to believe. Admiral, Chen continued, we are not here to negotiate our surrender. We are here to demonstrate that we will fight for our planet and our people. We will not be intimidated by your threats. K'zarr's lips curled into a sneer, but there was a flicker of respect in his eyes. You have shown me something unexpected, human. But do not mistake my interest for fear. I will give you one solar cycle to prove your capabilities in practice. If you fail to impress me, I will take your planet by force. As he turned to leave, Chen felt a surge of determination. We will not fail, Admiral. Humanity will rise to the challenge. With K'zarr's departure, the delegates erupted into applause, a wave of relief washing over them. They had taken the first step in asserting their strength, but the real test lay ahead. Meanwhile, deep within the ocean, Commander Eliza Winters monitored the meeting's outcome with a sense of urgency. Prepare the fleet for a live demonstration, she ordered. We will show the Draconians that humanity is not to be underestimated. The time for hiding is over. The atmosphere in the United Nations Assembly Hall was charged with a mix of hope and anxiety as Secretary General Chen prepared to lead Admiral K'zarr to the depths of the ocean. The Draconian leader had agreed to witness humanity's hidden fleet, a decision that could either solidify their position or seal their fate. As they descended into the depths aboard the Leviathan, the massive submarine, the walls were lined with advanced technology that hummed with energy. Chen stood beside K'zarr, who surveyed the interior with a mixture of skepticism and curiosity. The submarine's sleek design and advanced systems were a stark contrast to the primitive technology the Admiral had expected. Impressive, K'zarr admitted begrudgingly, his eyes narrowing as he examined the control panels. But can this vessel truly withstand the pressures of the ocean and the might of my fleet? Chen smiled, sensing the Admiral's growing intrigue. The Leviathan is equipped with reinforced hull plating and advanced propulsion systems. It can maneuver through the depths undetected, allowing us to strike when the enemy least expects it. As the submarine glided deeper into the ocean, the lights illuminated the surrounding water, revealing a breathtaking underwater landscape. Schools of fish darted past, oblivious to the monumental event unfolding in their midst. K'zarr's expression shifted from disdain to awe as he witnessed the beauty of Earth's oceans. "Your world is more remarkable than I anticipated," he conceded, his tone softening slightly. "But beauty does not win battles." "True," Chen replied, "but it is the strategic advantage we possess that will determine the outcome. We have spent decades developing our fleet, hidden from prying eyes, and now we are ready to reveal our true strength." The Leviathan approached a massive underwater base, its entrance camouflaged against the rocky seabed. As they entered, K'zarr's eyes widened at the sight of the vast hangar filled with advanced submarines, each one a testament to human ingenuity. "This is just one of our facilities," Chen explained, gesturing to the array of vessels. "We have built a network of bases across the world's oceans, each capable of launching coordinated strikes against any threat." K'zarr stepped closer to a submarine, examining its sleek design and weaponry. "You have done well to hide this from us. But can you truly match the firepower of the Draconian Empire?" Chen nodded, his confidence unwavering. "We have developed weapons, specifically designed to counter your technology. Our fleet is not just a show of force, it is a carefully orchestrated strategy to protect our planet." As the Admiral continued to inspect the vessels, Chen activated a holographic display showcasing the fleet's capabilities. The simulation depicted a coordinated attack on a Draconian ship, demonstrating the Leviathan's stealth and precision. "Your ships may be powerful," Chen stated, "but we have the element of surprise on our side. Our submarines can strike from the depths, undetected, and retreat before you even realize we are there." K'zarr's expression hardened, but there was a flicker of respect in his eyes. "You have shown me something unexpected, human, but do not mistake my interest for fear. I will give you one solar cycle to prove your capabilities in practice. If you fail to impress me, I will take your planet by force." As they continued the tour, K'zarr's demeanor shifted. The arrogance that had initially defined him began to wane, replaced by a cautious respect for the humans who had managed to keep such a formidable fleet hidden for so long. "Your secrecy has served you well," he admitted. "But the galaxy is not forgiving. You will need more than just technology to survive." Chen nodded, understanding the weight of K'zarr's words. "We are prepared to fight for our survival. We will not back down, and we will show you that humanity is not to be underestimated." As the tour concluded, K'zarr turned to Chen, a glimmer of intrigue in his eyes. "You have piqued my interest, human. I look forward to seeing what your fleet can do." With that, the Leviathan ascended back to the surface, the weight of the impending confrontation hanging heavily in the air. As they emerged from the depths, Chen felt a surge of determination. They had taken a significant step in asserting their strength, but the real test lay ahead. Meanwhile, deep within the ocean, Commander Eliza Winters monitored the situation from Hydra Command. The time for hiding was over. Humanity would rise to meet the challenge, and the galaxy would witness their true power. "Prepare the fleet for a live demonstration," she ordered. "We will show the Draconians that humanity is not to be underestimated. The time for hiding is over." As the Leviathan surfaced, the atmosphere aboard was charged with anticipation. Secretary General Chen and Admiral K'zarr had just completed a tour of humanity's hidden fleet, but the real story of Earth's resilience and ingenuity was yet to be told. In the United Nations Assembly Hall, the delegates gathered once more, eager to understand the history that had led to this moment. Chen stood at the podium, ready to unveil the narrative that had shaped humanity's secretive preparations. Admiral K'zarr, esteemed delegates, today we will share the story of how Earth transformed from a seemingly vulnerable planet into a formidable force capable of defending itself against galactic threats. He paused, allowing the weight of his words to settle. For centuries, humanity has faced existential threats, not just from the stars, but from within. The Cold War, the rise of nuclear arsenals, and the constant fear of annihilation forced us to rethink our approach to survival. We realized that our greatest strength lay not in open confrontation, but in strategic concealment. K'zarr listened intently, his expression inscrutable. Chen continued, "In the aftermath of the Cold War, a group of visionary leaders and scientists recognized the need for a new paradigm. They established clandestine programs aimed at developing advanced technologies that could protect humanity without drawing the attention of potential aggressors." The screen behind Chen flickered to life, displaying images of early underwater research facilities and prototypes. These initiatives began in the depths of our oceans, where we could operate without interference. We developed submarines capable of deep-sea exploration and combat, utilizing materials and technologies that were far beyond what the public knew. As the presentation progressed, Chen highlighted key milestones in humanity's technological evolution. In the early 21st century, we made significant breakthroughs in stealth technology, energy generation, and weaponry. Our scientists worked tirelessly to create systems that could evade detection while maintaining the ability to strike decisively. K'zarr's interest was piqued as he observed the advancements displayed on the screen. "You have indeed made remarkable progress," he admitted, though his tone remained skeptical. "But what of your political landscape? How did you manage to keep such capabilities hidden from your own people?" Chen nodded, acknowledging the complexity of the situation. It was not easy. The secrecy surrounding these programs was maintained through a combination of government oversight and the establishment of independent research organizations. We understood that knowledge could be a double-edged sword. Too much information could lead to panic or misuse. He continued, "As we developed our fleet, we also invested in training and education. A new generation of scientists, engineers, and military strategists emerged, dedicated to the mission of safeguarding humanity. They understood the stakes and were willing to operate in the shadows, away from the prying eyes of the world." The Admiral's expression shifted, a flicker of respect crossing his features. "You have built a society that thrives on secrecy and innovation. But can you truly maintain this balance in the face of galactic scrutiny?" Chen met K'zarr's gaze, unwavering. "We have no choice. The galaxy is vast, and threats can emerge from anywhere. Our history has taught us that complacency leads to destruction. We are prepared to defend our planet, not just with technology, but with the resolve of our people." As the presentation concluded, Chen emphasized the importance of unity. "We stand at a crossroads. The Draconian Empire may see us as weak, but we are ready to prove otherwise. Our history has shaped us into a resilient species, and we will not back down." K'zarr regarded Chen with a newfound respect. "You have shown me the depths of your resolve, human. But remember, the galaxy is unforgiving. you will need more than just technology and history to survive. With that, the meeting adjourned, leaving the delegates buzzing with a mix of hope and apprehension. They had revealed their past, but the future remained uncertain. Meanwhile, deep within Hydra Command, Commander Eliza Winters prepared for the next phase of their plan. Operation Poseidon's Veil is in full effect. Some are even suggesting alliances. K'zarr's expression darkened. Alliances with a pre-galactic species? They are underestimating the threat we face. We cannot allow this to become a rallying point for other species to support them. The officer hesitated, sensing the Admiral's growing frustration. But their capabilities are real, sir. We have never encountered a species that has managed to conceal such advanced technology. It could change the balance of power in the galaxy. K'zarr's claws tapped rhythmically against the armrest of his command chair. We must act decisively. If we allow Earth to gain support, we risk losing our dominance. Prepare a fleet to return to Earth. We will demonstrate our might and remind them of their place. Meanwhile, on Earth, Secretary General Chen and the delegates gathered once more to discuss the implications of K'zarr's retreat. The atmosphere was charged with a mix of hope and anxiety. They had successfully showcased their capabilities, but the threat of the Draconian Empire still loomed large. "We have made significant progress," Chen began, addressing the assembly. "But we must remain vigilant. K'zarr will not take this lightly. We need to prepare for a potential counterattack." A delegate from a major power raised a hand. "What if we reach out to other species? Perhaps we can form alliances to bolster our defenses against the Draconians." Chen nodded thoughtfully. "That is a possibility. We must leverage our newfound status to build relationships with other galactic powers. They may see the value in supporting a species that has proven its resilience." As discussions continued, news of Earth's capabilities reached the ears of other civilizations. The Galactic Council convened an emergency session to address the implications of the Draconian Empire's encounter with humanity. "Esteemed members," the Council leader began, "the emergence of Earth as a potential power shifts the dynamics of our galaxy. We must consider the ramifications of their advanced technology and the Draconian response." Representatives from various species exchanged glances, weighing the potential benefits and risks of engaging with Earth. Some argued for caution, while others saw an opportunity to forge new alliances. "Earth has shown ingenuity and determination," a representative from the Zenthari species stated. "We should extend our hand in friendship. A united front against the Draconians could change the course of our history." As the debate raged on, K'zarr's fleet prepared for its return to Earth. The Admiral's resolve hardened. He would not allow a mere planet to challenge the might of the Draconian Empire. "Prepare the fleet for departure," he commanded. "We will show them the consequences of defiance." They may have revealed their capabilities, but they have yet to understand the true power of the Draconian Empire. Back on Earth, Commander Eliza Winters monitored the situation from Hydra Command. The news of K'zarr's impending return filled her with a sense of urgency. "We must be ready for whatever comes next," she instructed her team. "Our demonstration has only just begun. We will not allow the Draconians to dictate our fate." As the preparations intensified, the world held its breath. The stage was set for a confrontation that would determine the future of humanity and its place in the galaxy. The time for hiding was over. They would face the Draconian Empire head-on, ready to defend their home and assert their newfound strength. The atmosphere on Earth was electric as news of the impending confrontation with the Draconian Empire spread. Secretary General Chen addressed the global population, urging unity and resilience in the face of adversity. "We stand on the brink of a new era," he declared, his voice resonating through every communication device. humanity has shown that we are not to be underestimated. We will fight for our planet and our future. As the Draconian fleet approached, the world held its breath. In the depths of the ocean, Commander Eliza Winters and her team prepared for the live demonstration of humanity's capabilities. The hidden fleet, once a secret, was now ready to reveal its true power to the galaxy. The Leviathan and its sister submarines emerged from their underwater bases, sleek and formidable, gliding through the ocean with a grace that belied their destructive potential. Each vessel was equipped with advanced weaponry and stealth technology, ready to engage the Draconian fleet in a show of strength that would echo across the stars. As the submarines ascended to the surface, the world watched in awe. Holographic displays broadcasted live feeds of the fleet's movements, showcasing the might of humanity's hidden arsenal. The message was clear. Earth was no longer a passive player in the galactic arena. It was ready to assert its place among the stars. In the command center of Hydra Command, Eliza Winters monitored the situation with a steely resolve. "Prepare the fleet for engagement," she ordered, her voice steady. "We will demonstrate our capabilities and ensure that the Draconians understand the consequences of their actions." As the Draconian ships entered Earth's atmosphere, K'zarr's confidence began to waver. The sight of the human fleet, rising from the depths, was a stark reminder that he had underestimated his opponents. "Admiral," his tactical officer reported, "the humans are mobilizing. They are preparing for a confrontation." K'zarr's expression hardened. "They think they can intimidate us with their display? We will show them the true might of the Draconian Empire." The two fleets faced off, tension crackling in the air. Secretary General Chen stood at the forefront of the human delegation, ready to negotiate, but prepared for battle. "We will not back down," he declared, his voice echoing through the communication channels. "We are united, and we will defend our planet." As the first shots were fired, the ocean erupted in a cacophony of sound and light. The Leviathan and its sister ships engaged the Draconian fleet with precision, utilizing their stealth capabilities to strike from unexpected angles. The battle was fierce, but humanity's resolve shone through. In the chaos of combat, K'zarr realized that this was not just a fight for dominance, it was a fight for survival. The Draconian Empire had never faced an adversary like this before, and the tide of battle began to shift. The once mighty fleet found itself on the defensive, struggling to adapt to the unexpected tactics employed by the humans. As the dust settled, it became clear that Earth had emerged victorious. The Draconian fleet, battered and retreating, signaled a turning point in the galaxy's history. Secretary General Chen addressed the world once more, his voice filled with pride. "Today, we have proven that humanity is a force to be reckoned with. We will forge a new path, one where we stand united against any threat." The victory marked the dawn of a new era for Earth. No longer seen as a weak and insignificant planet, humanity had asserted its place in the galaxy. As alliances began to form with other species, the potential for collaboration and growth became evident. The future was uncertain, but one thing was clear. Earth was ready to embrace its role as a galactic power. In the depths of Hydra Command, Eliza Winters reflected on the journey that had brought them to this moment. "We have shown the galaxy our strength," she said to her team. "Now, we must build on this foundation and ensure that humanity's voice is heard among the stars." The time for hiding was over. The time for action had begun. As the dust settled from the monumental confrontation, Secretary General Chen addressed the world, urging unity and vigilance. We have proven our strength, but the journey is just beginning. We must remain engaged and prepared for the challenges ahead. Now, we invite you to join us in this new era. Like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated on humanity's journey among the stars. Your voice matters, and together, we can shape the future of our planet. Stay tuned for more insights and developments as we navigate this uncharted territory. The galaxy awaits, and we are ready to rise.